Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another play and explain video here. The video is going to end when we lose the streak. I mean, we're just going to play Community World no move until we do lose the streak. I think it's a good way to just, explain my guesses and try to explain it in a short, concise way. Just kind of get all my thoughts out there so you guys can learn along with me as we're playing. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And don't forget to drop any comments, questions, anything down below. And I should be able to answer those. Also, we are about to hit 3K subs, which is a huge milestone for me in my YouTube journey. So if you guys have any questions for the 3K sub Q&A, feel free to drop that in the comments down below as well. And I'll try to add that to the video when we do get there. All right, we're hopping into a Community World no move here. Let's do it. All right, we have a red wrapping around this bollard, plus a B-type guardrail, plus some Polish language here. And double white line is also quite common in Poland, so all of those things equal Poland to me. All right, we'll move on. All right, hexagonal pole here, which I've gone over a couple of times on the channel. We do have exposed front car, and we got some Spanish, so that makes it pretty easy for me to go Mexico, especially with the sun being pretty south. So let's just drop it in there in Mexico City. Was a bit more west. And all right, we have a ladder pole here, which is found, this variant's found in both Spain and France, but this definitely looks overwhelmingly more French with the architecture, French style shutters, bunch of things really. Architecture mostly. Here's some French there, a vendre, which I said in a Spanish accent, but it should be France. And we'll just drop it in Paris. And it was somewhat close to Paris there. All right, this one. We have red car with a long antenna. And red car Gen 3 in Europe is pretty much only going to be Belgium and Ukraine. So we can pretty safely send Ukraine here with the Soviet-style poles and the architecture. And we move on to this round, which is quite cool, actually. Is this like Bilbao or something? Would be my first thought. Trying to see if we can have any language. I think, yeah, we do have some Spanish here. And yeah, that looks like Basque language. And there's a big canal running through the city with whatever this is. But yeah, a bunch of stuff here that indicate we're in Spain. It does say calle there, which is Spanish for street. And I think language was probably the most used thing here. Maybe it's not Bilbao. Maybe it's Donostia de San Sebastian. Does that line up? It doesn't. So maybe it is just Bilbao then, or we're like all the way up here, essentially. Yeah, this looks better, doesn't it? Let's see, it's curving there. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there's a big gap here as well, which is this park should be. So it should be here. And it was very nice. We will take the 5K. All right, we move on into Prosegur alarms. We do have a yellow strip on that plate there, and another one there. So that should indicate that we're in Portugal. I don't know the city though. Looks like a very beautiful city, man. Portugal is so cool. Yeah, with the yellow strip should be Portugal. Signs, like those style of signs fit for Portugal as well. So we will drop it, considering I've probably, I mean, I guess you go Coimbra or something then. We're on the river. Does this work or something? No, because we have a statue here. It forks off into two. Maybe I'd look for this. Viseu doesn't have a river running through it. I don't know. I feel like I might be scanning for a little bit, and I don't really want to waste your guys' time, but it would be cool if 5K this. I mean, what does it look like? It's, I don't know. It's a very big city, actually. We've got like multiple bridges here, which, I mean, should be quite findable, actually. Like Braga doesn't work. It should be 5K in this, huh? I mean, it's not going to be there. So, where is it then? Where is it then? It's not that. Okay. Here doesn't work either. I don't think we're on the coast. Here, I mean, I don't think we're on the coast, and I'm still scanning the coast. I don't know why I can't find this. Because the river's going, like, north. And I didn't think we were on the Tagus, but I guess we could be. Though I don't really see anything that really makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna send. I didn't scan this, but that's super findable. Especially with this bridge, and this bridge. Okay, bit embarrassing, but we move. Alright, no antenna here, which is quite interesting. No EU strips on the plates either. So I would probably say North Macedonia then over Serbia with no antenna plus no EU strips. And I think you just go Skopje here, right? Probably. I mean, Serbia would mostly have EU strips. I can see like the little red. I don't know if that's where the North Macedonian flag is, but I have seen like that redness on that part of the plate. In blurred plates at least, so I guess we're going Skopje. It was Tetovo, fair enough. Next round. Alright, we have the French flag blur on the car, so we should be in Sri Lanka here. I mean, Ghana and Sri Lanka both have it, but Ghana would obviously have the roof rack, so yeah. I mean, low-key, this is like a 25 cable seed. I can't lie. But I'm not going to take the time to look for this one either, so it's up here. Fair enough. Alcaldia de Guayaquil, which is in Ecuador. And we are in, I'm just clicking Guayaquil. I'm not going to bother. Okay, we're down here. Fair enough. Next, Palermo to the 8 to the south, which is in Italy. But we have Chilean-style poles here, and all white lines on the highway, which will indicate Chile. I mean, dude, this is the most 25 cable seed of all time. Did I just fumble the most 25 cable seed of all time? I might have. I would have to scan for Palermo, which I'm just not going to do, but like it is summer coverage, so I'm just sending around Temuco. Okay, it's here. Where's Palermo? There it is, Palermo Grande. Yeah, quite findable. All right, it's fine, we move on. All right, alternating hook pole here with a very thick red border on the triangle sign. Those are two things that equal Latvia to me in the Baltics. It is very flat as well, but yeah, this alternating like hook pole with like a hook that goes like this, basically, should equal Latvia here. So I'm sending that. Next, looks like New Zealand here, indented poles like this, and you know, very tropical looking architecture, or tropical looking landscape, and very New Zealand looking style architecture, big hills as well. It's pretty easy to confuse New Zealand and Australia sometimes, but yeah, I think it just looks way more tropical and way more beautiful than Australia. Sorry, Australians. We love Australia in here. All right, this round, 2023. Let's see the back of the car here. We should be in Sweden, maybe? Would be my first guess. I don't really have a reason for going Sweden over Finland. I just feel like you get more random road coverage like this in Sweden, and that's just kind of the vibe. I don't really have a reason for doing it. It was just Sweden. We will take it. All right, driving left here, we can see where the antenna would be. Yellow outer lines, pretty simple. South Africa, pretty cool location as well. And we'll move into this round in Gen 2, double yellow line, but we should be in Canada, especially with the Sask lines where you have like small white dashes in the middle of a double yellow line. That's quite common in Saskatchewan. So I think with Gen 2 is quite rare in most of the continental United States. You can get in Alaska a good amount, but yeah, a lot of this will not have Gen 2 because a lot of it will be overwritten with Gen 3 or Gen 4. And we'll move on. All right, this round is looking like South Russia to me, I guess. Yeah, Blair and Center checked out. Architecture is looking very Soviet style, and we have these very dry looking hills. Can't really place these houses anywhere besides Russia, I guess, especially with these dry hills. And these very Soviet style poles, like the block style poles with hooks around it. These as well are like very Russian, like the pipes, just randomly. So I think all of those things equal. We go like somewhere in Nalchik or something. And it was Dagestan all the way down here. Makes sense. Yeah. Okay, this round is interesting. We have white stickers on the poles, and it is 2023. So I think Germany is a very good option here. Interesting looking gate. Also, it's interesting that it looks like we're driving left, but I think we're just trying to get around this curve without getting too close to the bush on this side. But yeah, white stickers are commonly found on poles in both Italy and Germany. I guess there's an off chance that this could be Italian, but the trees feel a bit more northern to me. Actually, like these looking trees and some of the pines in the distance there. So I think Germany is probably the best shout, and we're probably somewhere up here. Yeah, it was very north actually, right on the coast. All right, Midden Zeeland, which yeah, with the yellow plates should equal Netherlands. Which one's Zeeland again? It's one of them. Evoland, Friesland. This is Groningen. Zeeland. This one. Middle Zealand with an airport here. Yeah, I ain't looking for that. Okay, it's here. Yeah, very findable. All right. Black car with yellow outer lines, driving right, and these white buildings, very common in Jordan, so I think everything here was Jordan to me, and we will be sending that one in. Wrong road. I've sent it on, but it's fine. All right, little tip here to, I mean, we have a bunch of stuff for the US, including these bollards, and just the landscape in general. Sign for Casper, which I think is in Wyoming. I could be wrong. But yeah, one bump on the front part of the car equals the US. If you're in a US-Canada 50-50, 2 bumps would equal Canada. So that's a good tip in Gen 3. Casper, I've heard of Casper. Casper's here. So we are, I mean, it's quite flat. Well, it's not super flat. Casper and what? Something basin. I don't know what that says. Something basin. I don't really see anything here that lines up because this is a big highway, so I guess we're not on that highway. Are we like... the highway be there? Doesn't look like it. Alright, well, I'm just sending east of Casper somewhere. It's down here. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, very findable. 20. My scanning today, sometimes I'll commit to the scan, but like today, it's just not, I'm just not doing it. Alright, Poland here, Polish on the sign here, and these ladder poles where the holes don't go all the way down to the ground. Both of those things equal Poland. It's quite hilly. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you go south somewhere, Katowice or something. Was middle. Fair enough. All right. Driving left here, it looks like we have this Indonesian style pole with the Indonesian like flag basically painted on the pole, and the metal pole there. And these bollards are also very Indonesian, and a lot of Indonesian people are on motorbikes, and that's typically how most of them get around. Usually you would see a front plate on the front here of the bike, but it looks like we're not seeing it on this one. But yeah, the front plate will be blurred, so that is another good clue that we are somewhere in Indonesia. If you see a front plate blurred on a motorbike. I don't know. Okay, was Banten. Next. Pleskava and Riga are in opposite directions, and Riga, as you guys know, is the capital of Latvia. We do have a very thick border as well on our signs. Each Baltic country will have a different border, red border on their signs. If you guys don't know the difference, I would encourage you guys to look at the Plunkett guide to learn the difference, because that's actually quite helpful in Baltic roulette rounds. Pleskava and Riga, so we are somewhere. Okay, what happened to my zoom? Where's Pleskava? Where's Pleskava? I might actually be blind. Hello? I think I'm actually blind. Alright. Is it Piskov that's Pleskava? Or is it something else? I mean, it would be weird to have a sign to Piskov, but I mean, it makes sense with the distance, doesn't it? I don't know. Trolling. Alright, next round. Maybe Pleskava is Piskov. Okay. Interesting round here with this ball. What is that bollard? Kind of looks like an Austrian bollard, but it's rounded, which is quite weird. I guess it is just Austria, though, somewhere in the Alps. We're digging out a pretty big looking dam here. Going through the valley here. I mean, it looks like an Austrian bollard with the black cap top and the reflector like this. So I think I'm trusting it. 22 no car is also quite common in Austria, so I think with all those things, probably just Austria. And where was the valley? There used to be one location in which they were just digging up in Gen 3. I remember seeing it. It's one of these. We'll try it. Okay, it's here. Very findable, actually, with the dam here. But too bad. Bromsgrove and Kidderminster on the A448. Yeah, I'm just going to send if I just don't know where those places are. But yeah, we have yellow backplates driving left. So we'll send. And Kidderminster's here. I mean, it's pretty big. Maybe I should know that. And Bromsgrove is quite big as well, but it's fine. All right. Cambodia here. Looks like we're driving on the right as judging by these two cars, although we aren't, but we're probably avoiding all of this muddiness here, which makes sense. Do we have any language to go off of? Probably not, but we do have this round pole with dots going up the top, kind of similar to how in Thailand you get dots going up the pole. In Cambodia, you get dots going up the round pole. So yeah, all those things equal Cambodia here, very close to the border, but should be nonetheless. All right, Indonesia here, we have nothing that I recognize on the sign. But once again, these metal poles that we saw in that Banten round, and the license plate is separated into 3 white sections, which indicates Indonesia. There's the front plate on the bike that I was talking about. Sometimes it'll be blurred, but yeah, you can see it pretty clearly there on the bike. Interesting pole. Is it really North Sumatra with this pole? 2 insulators and then 1 on the other side, but a symmetrical crossbar usually equals North Sumatra. Seems quite dry, but I mean, gotta trust the pole. Okay. Next round here. First thing, no antenna. Yeah, okay. These electrical tower things are quite common in most of the Balkans. Croatia uses it a lot. Serbia uses it a lot. Hungary uses it a lot. I think those are the 3 most common ones that you'll see. I don't know what the exact name for it is, but yeah, just something to hold those metal towers. Yeah, no antenna. With this flatness should equal Serbia. No holy poles as well, so we shouldn't be in Hungary. And we do have EU strips on the plates, so most likely not going to be North Macedonia, so we'll just drop it somewhere in Serbia. Next round in Italy here. No, it's Greece. Sorry, we have a Greek flag right there. I just saw the short plate and thought Italy, but we also have wood poles. Plus the short plate splits the Greek flag. Next round, we have Mar del Plata Calle. Am I getting debated right now? Mar del Plata and Chaco. It looks more like Uruguay to me, which is why I'm wondering if I'm getting baited. I mean, Mar del Plata, as you guys know, is here. I guess we can take a look, but I don't think the angle looks very good for Mar del Plata or in Pinamar, which this also could look like. I see Mar del Plata. I don't. I see Rivadavia, which is another place in Argentina. I don't know. I really did think Uruguay here, but I think the video could just end. End up going like Punta del Este, and it ends up being not Punta del Este. But it is quite possible. Le Mans. Where's Mar del Plata? Ooh. Not liking it as much now that I don't see Mar del Plata. That's interesting, like the road names here. There's a Rio Negro, which is a province. Okay, maybe I take a look at Colonia del Sacramento. Do I trust the road sign? I wish I could see a license plate because Uruguay is going to have longer plates and Argentina is going to have shorter ones. But it doesn't look like I can, huh? That does look like a black dot, you know. So we are back to the Pinamar idea. But where is... I mean, with Mar del Plata, like, street, you would think I should just go Mar del Plata, yeah? Which is what I'm now thinking as well. But it would help if I were able to see it somewhere. I'm not seeing it here. So I guess we're back here. But like, it doesn't look like here. So can it be like... Bro, there's a Pinamar Avenue. Like, I'm not seeing the one that I want. It's probably one of these cities, right? Yeah, sure. It's just BA. Okay. I did all that scanning for nothing. I should have just trusted the dot. But yeah, you can see, you can see how it goes. All right. Very wide roads here, as I don't know if I mentioned, but Turkey does put a lot of infrastructure and stuff into the roads. So you get very wide highways, very big highways. Yeah, very Turkish looking sign there. Do we have a dir? We don't, but that looks like Turkish language. So yeah, with all that, we'll be sending here. Fair enough. Okay, Greek bollards, pretty rare, but we do have wooden poles everywhere, which is a good indication for Greece. And the sign looks multilingual. See Greek and like Latin text there. So we'll just be sending Greece. Was down there, fair enough. All right, it looks like we got Albania here. We got some riffs, as you can see. And, you know, Albania has a lot of water tanks on the top of their houses as well. So I think with the rifts plus the water tanks, Montenegro doesn't use as many water tanks. And I think this is a bit too open of a landscape with lots of mountains for it to be Montenegro. So should be Albania, was all the way down here. And some Korean there. Ocean is interesting to our west. Bro, okay, where am I zooming? I don't know where his coverage is the issue. Alright, I'm just gonna drop it somewhere here. Okay, it was here. Probably findable, actually. But it's fine. All right, yellow outer dashes. I think I've mentioned this before, but yellow outer dashes is going to be in Ireland. And we're driving left. And houses, we have a bunch of white houses, so Ireland fits quite well here. So we'll just be sending that. All right, 35 streak. And we are in Russia here, Gen 4. 2021 copyright fits really, really well for Gen 4 Russia. We'll just be dropping it somewhere here. And it was just Yakutsk. Fair enough. All right, New Zealand style bollards here, driving left as indicated by the arrows here. Sun is pretty clearly in the north, so we'll just be dropping it in New Zealand. Trying to go a little bit faster now, because I realized that this video has been going on for quite a while, but hopefully it goes okay. Looks like a Georgia plate maybe with the peach in the middle there. I think we're in Georgia here. I'm not sure of the area code. It says 850, but don't know the area code, but I am trusting the plate. Does it say anything on this? Nope. Alright, I will just trust the plate. And we will go Georgia. And it was probably a Georgia plate, but it lived in Florida, I guess. Alright, Cambodian style antenna, where the wrapping is not like diagonal on it, but it is more horizontal. As you can see here, and a lot of houses on stilts. So yeah, we will be going Cambodia here. And we move into this round, which is Gen 2 and double yellow line. Short crossbar, and Sherbrooke is... Actually, Sherbrooke is here. But should be Sherbrooke, Nova Scotia, judging by the double yellow lines. There's a lot more Gen 2 in a lot of the western part of Nova Scotia. And it's here. I don't know where Sherbrooke is, but... oh, there it is. There's another one. All right, 40. All right, let's see. What do we got here? It looks like Portuguese on the sign there with that C. So with the landscape plus the white painted bottom of poles is quite common in Brazil as well. It should just be Brazil, and we'll just go Belo or something. And it was Vitoria in Espirito Santo. All right, yellow lines. You have yellow reflectors as well, which usually indicates we're in a Spanish-speaking country. And yeah, we do have Spanish on the sign there. Exposed front is definitely going to be more Argentinian than anything. Don't think Peru or Chile or I guess Colombia, Ecuador have this as much. And it makes sense with the double yellow line plus the landscape. So we'll be sending in somewhere near Salta. Was a bit more south, but fair enough. As we move into this round, and we're going to use the car trick on this one. Looks like double bump, hard to tell, but it does look more like Ontario anyway. Yeah, we have this, which, I mean, you can get in the US, but it's more of an Ontario-style property marker, and or just Canada-style property marker in general, so we'll just be dropping it somewhere here. Yep. All right, Ugandan car. Yeah, I'm not going to go over this one. Brazil here with the Portuguese, and we have the ladder poles. So pretty clear Brazil. Was Maranya there? Fair enough. All right, looks like the U.S. immediately northwest glass and door. Don't know the plate. I don't know what plate that is. Slow. That is an interesting slow sign. Children at play. I don't recognize the plates, guys. But we don't have any fronts, so am I thinking like Oklahoma or Kansas here? I think that makes a lot of sense. The reason why this isn't Canada is because the trees look a bit more south, so does the architecture. We have a very, like, I don't think you would ever see this road in Canada, ever. Anyway. So, Oklahoma or Kansas it is. Was just Oklahoma in Woodward. We'll move on. And we have a ladder-style pole here. You can see the holes poking through. So we should just be in Hungary. Yeah, I don't think this looks very Romanian. And as I mentioned in a previous, like, open major qualifying video, I think, you will just get trees like lining both sides of a lot of roads in Hungary like this. It's very, very rural, just cutting through very dense foliage. So I think Hungary makes a lot of sense. It is. And we'll move into a Thailand here. Driving left, yellow center line. And we have the Thai flags. Looks like peninsula. Okay. That's why you don't region guess Thailand. And we get rewarded with another Thailand. Love that. This one looks more where it was the last time. So that's where I'm clicking. But we do have that square pole. Well, actually. Okay, great. That's why I don't region guess Thailand, guys. Okay. Long outer dashes. 769 road. Looks like Norway. Yeah, we would just be sending in Norway here, aren't we? And the reason we know it's Norway and not Sweden is because of the long outer dashes, plus this sign would be like a yellow background in Sweden, so we'll just drop it in there. It was a bit more north, but we're on a 50 streak. And we drop into this round, which, double white line, interesting. What country is it? Is it Poland? Makes sense with the B-type guardrail double white line. I think that is a Polish sign there. Quite hilly. So thinking somewhere south, I guess, like Zakopane or something. I mean, I don't know. We'll try it. But we do have a very Polish style yield sign there. Very hard to see with a very thin red border to it. So I think we'll drop it there. It is here. Probably findable. As we drop back into the US again, wood poles, mailboxes, all of that. Maybe Arizona plate. Yeah, I think landscape fits, so we'll just leave it in Kingman. Okay, was Texas. All right, Malaysia flags here. Kuda Song APM. Where is this? Sabah? I guess. This is very hilly. I mean, oh, Kudasong. It's huge. I actually didn't realize that. Okay. Well, fair enough. As we move into the least fun country, least fun territory of all time, in Greenland. Somebody's gonna know this motorbike. I don't. But yeah, very huge mountains here. Not too much to talk about. And it's that thing, sure. And moving to this round, Dutch-style bollards with like kind of like a turkey bollard in a way, but you get a lot of this electric car as well in the Netherlands, and a lot of these outer dashes, obviously room for a bike lane, and some Dutch there. So with all of that, we drop it in there, and we're on 55. As we hop into another location here. And, I'm actually not sure on this one. That sounds Polish to me. So I think with the language here, we're sending Poland. I think houses make sense as well. There's a man that's letting it all hang out. Shout out him. Yeah, I think with the language there. Okay. Taiwan here, they use a lot of these like style reflectors on the guardrail. Double yellow lines, so you would like initially think, oh, maybe this is like the US or something, or one of the Latin American countries, but yeah, Taiwan uses this mirror a lot. I think you can make out some Chinese maybe written on the bottom there, but we are driving right, and it's not low cam, so yeah, I can't be Japan with the characters and such, so we'll just be leaving it in Taiwan. Next round in yellow plates, so pretty quick send there. And Tite. Yeah, I mean, this is Philippines, sorry. I was trying to figure out where I wanted to guess. Tite. Where's Tite? Bro, Tite's gotta be famous. I just don't know it. ZSP. I was thinking maybe ZSP could be Zamboanga or something, but Zamboanga Southern Peninsula or something. But yeah, okay. Guess not. But yeah, should be Philippines here. Concrete road, driving right. And a lot of English around. I mean, we have everything we really need. It was Zamboanga. It's right here. Okay. Tough. Should have trusted the instincts, but it happens, and we get rewarded with another Philippines municipality of Nueva Valencia. No idea where that is. Nueva Valencia again. Oh, we got a little basketball court here. Us Filipinos, we love our basketball. Nueva Valencia. It's probably findable. I'm just not going to look for it, though. I mean, no one shows up with POIs. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, 60. Russia here should be... Yeah, we have bollard spam along. And we have Cyrillic on that sign. And we know it's not Ukraine. With the car, the antenna, the bollard spam, and all that. And we'll move on to the next round. Danish hanging, like signpost here, going over the top of the sign. And we have Danish bollards. Was Bornholm, actually. All right. Red thick border to the sign plus white outer dashes is going to equal a little bit of Spain here. And we have a Spanish pull top. And we drop into this one, which also looks like Denmark, I think. Yeah, that looks... Yeah, we have the signpost again. So that's pretty clear. It's always best to look around and figure out things. Karibu Peace Center, sorry. Rwandan flag-looking colors as well. And yeah, we are driving right. Kenya drives left, so yeah, should be Rwanda. Kabiru. Is that a place? No, it's just Butare. All right, 65. Move on into Colombia. All yellow plates here. Looks like it's like, I don't know, like here or something. Yeah, it was the other road. Yeah. Driving left, snorkel in the car. Everybody knows this snorkel because it's visible in both Gen 4 and Gen 3 in this country. So not going to waste time and dilly-dally about. And this one is a bit tougher. I'm going to try my best to explain. Sun north here. We do have these small bushes on the mountains, which reminds me a lot of Ovalle in Chile. I think the fence fits a bit more. Like, I don't know. Like in Peru, you won't really see fencing like this. I don't know if that's crazy for me to say, but like I feel like you just won't see fencing in general in a lot of Peru, especially like this, at least. So that's why I'm leaning Chile over Peru and Bolivia. Yeah, and the hills really do remind me of Ovalle. So I think that's just one that I'm gonna have to slam. Yeah, it was a little bit more out there, but Ovalle nonetheless. Some Italian there. And we have Rome style trees, so I guess we will drop it in Rome. Coaster Wren Street, Lexington Design Studio. Had this location before, haven't I? Bro, this was like South Carolina or something. I mean, in case you didn't know the country, we have a bunch of US flags. Or I forget, was it like... It's like Columbia, or like... It was either South Carolina or North Carolina. I've had it before, but I just can't remember where it is, so... It was North Carolina in High Point. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. This round here... Looks like Ecuador. Double guardrail is very common in Ecuador. Oh, and we have this ladder pull, which, not to be confused with the Brazilian ladder pull, but this ladder pull, the one that you kind of see in both Spain and France, is Ecuadorian. So, yeah, I guess we're going somewhere out here. That was just quiet kill. Next. Is this Bangladesh? Yeah, it is. It's very hilly Bangladesh. We have some Bengali here. And with the hills, you should probably only guess this area. And yeah, was there. And we move into Nuke, I think. Where's this? Who cares? We're like here somewhere. Okay, next. All right, Turkish bollards. We have Dur on the stop sign, which is like one of the clearest indications. So yeah, we'll just drop it in Turkey. Just going for the country streak, and we move into a Brazil here with some Spanish. Or sorry, not some Spanish, some Portuguese. Apologies for that. And yeah, especially the HO ending. All right, 75. Looks like Ukraine, I want to say. Yeah, we have some Cyrillic there. And I can't really place this in Russia, although we can't see the red car. Looks like Ukraine in Carpathians. Soviet-style Poles. These houses look like kind of like Hungarian as well, like Hungarian influenced a little bit. Especially with like some of these with the tiled roofs and such, which is like quite common in this area of Ukraine. Yeah, was there. And this one we move into a holy pole here with holes that don't go all the way to the ground. So yes, we'll be in Poland next round. In Hawaii, pretty beautiful, very volcanic looking landscape. And we should just be on this highway. It goes through here somewhere, I think. Could be wrong. It is more down here, fair enough. Okay, Robinson Street. And we have what looks like Hobart? Maybe? Very blue plate there. Local traffic only. I think it's Australia over New Zealand. We have some palms there. Okay, maybe it's like cairns or something. And this is so findable. I just don't want to find it. Townsville it is. Oh, it's Albany. Oh. I actually didn't know that you got a big hill like that in Albany. But it makes sense. With the blue plates. I was confused by why the plates were blue. I mean, those are found in Wa, of course, but yeah. All right, India here. Very poor quality camera. We will just drop it somewhere in here. That was West Bengal. 80 streak now. And we move into what I think is Germany 2024 with the E-car. Very German-looking architecture here. And yeah, I think can't really place it anywhere else. I think the E-car is like, I went over this, Frankfurt area? Something like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that car is mostly found north of Frankfurt, I think, and then like in the Hamburg like center. I don't think it's found in like downtown, but it is found like north of it. Okay, United States here. We're gonna do the trick where we check the bump, and it looks like one bump, so should be good. Okay, was Pennsylvania. Sounds very Scandinavian. And we have a yellow plate on the van, which is a Danish thing. Because in Norway, you'll use a green plate, and then like these two, you will just have a white plate. I'll move on to this, which is Italian, I think, on the... Wait. No, it says Turkgaz. Okay, it's Turkey. That makes sense with no antenna. Okay. We have the signpost going over. Sorry, my explanations are getting worse as this video goes on, but yeah, we're kind of like not getting like too hard of rounds, I'd say. So it's a bit tough for me to explain my feelings. All right, Gen 3 dirt road like this. Yeah, a bit more common in Finland than it is in Sweden, isn't it? So I think just purely by numbers, you have to go Finland here. Yeah, it makes sense with the season as well. Okay, we have a .hu domain. This one should be Uruguay. We have the Uruguayan trident poles plus very thick looking signpost here. It's quite hilly, so I'm just going to click near Minas somewhere. And this one should be Argentina, actually, because we have the flat tops of the pole, this very thick looking pole, very Argentinian looking pole, as well as this one, kind of a Sask style pole, in terms of the two insulators being on one on the other, and then it alternates on the next pole over. And we move into this round, which says Ghana Heritage Conservation Trust. So not too much to go over. But we're on a 90. All right, we might end on 100 if we get to 100. But we might lose it here, to be fair. Well, we have a bunch of wooden poles, don't we? So I think you probably just go Greece. Yeah, we have wooden pole here as well, right next to us. Architecture fits for Greece. Like, it looks quite Mediterranean looking. So I think Greece fits. Okay, Japan here, low cam, Japanese characters, you know, stuff. And yeah, just not gonna. Okay, Polish bollards here, yellow sign with the red border on it. I feel like most of the viewers could get a 95, 93 streak like I just did. Because I think the rounds that I've been getting are quite easy. Not to jinx it or anything, but all right. Driving left, yellow center line. We do have the front plates on the front of the motorbikes once again, so. Looks like Kalimantan. It is. Next round in Mexico here. Looks like sun is south, slightly. We do have those plates, and a lot of those Volkswagen Beetles, which we do see a lot in Mexico. And we have clearly have Spanish here, so. Mexico City will do, was downtown Oaxaca. Guatemalan car. And send. Monterrey, 40 on the Durango, 40. Horion, 170. So I would say we're probably somewhere here on the 40. Where does it even line up, though? Bienvenidos a Zacatecas. Okay, I probably should have turned around. To be fair. And how are we entering into Zacatecas here? I mean, I guess we're not on the 40? I mean, this doesn't really work, does it? Because we would have a lake there, which we don't. So I guess we're here. Okay, I didn't look at that. Okay, sorry. It's been a disaster on learning. Don't take it from me. Like, I can't 5K. It appears today. Ooh, might actually lose it here. Actually, on a Baltic roulette. Very green blur though. So I think with that I have to go Estonia, but. Ooh, Poles look very Lithuanian to me. You know what? I think with the green blur, I will be going Estonia. And I'm kind of hoping that it's Lith. But I'm also kind of not hoping it's Lith, you know, at the same time. Okay, well, it's just Estonia. Alright, Brazil with the ladder poles here. We'll go here. Okay. I realized afterwards that that was a silly goose guess. All right, Romania, a lot of metal roofs here. And yeah, a lot of tiled roofs as well. So we will be sending that one in. Okay, we're on 100. So I think what I'm going to do now is, the video has been going for 50 minutes, by the way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play until I lose the streak, but I'm not going to explain anything, so you guys can just watch the seed if you guys want. If you guys are leaving now because the play and explain is done, hopefully you guys enjoyed the 50-minute video, and yeah, we'll see you in another one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, but here we go. All right, that's going to conclude it, guys. If you guys watched all the way till the end, props to you. I mean, it was a long video. You know what? Do I split this into 2 parts? We might just do 50 and then 50. I don't know. Like, who knows? You guys will see when this goes up. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I lost on that Czechia-Slovakia flip. I probably should have just went Czechia because I guess it looked more like Czechia, but I don't know. Got lost in the sauce there. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.